Hello, everyone. This is Aloisio here. I wanted to thank all of you who joined us in the call this morning. It's been an absolutely amazing ride here with Ed Mercer's Millionaire team. I want to thank all those who are joining in for the first time. You are absolutely in for a treat today. And let me share with you, and I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it. Not too long ago, I met with Mr. Ed Mercer when he visited here the islands of Hawaii, and we sat down and he shared with me about his travels and everything else. And when he said to me that he just got back from Hollywood of filming a reality TV show, I was pretty impressed. And I said to him, what was it about? And he said, well, the idea was that I took to Hollywood was to take away all my money, take away my cars, my homes, and everything else, and my credit cards, drop me off in any city in the United States, and in 90 days, I'll be driving a brand new Mercedes and, of course, living in a $1 million house. And I said, wow, that's amazing. And I said, I would watch that. I would watch a reality show like that. It sounds really exciting. And he said, well, of course, because some of the producers in Hollywood and, of course, some of the investors that were there got really excited about the idea. So they started filming the show. 3 months into filming the show, of course, they decided to change gear on him. They called him in and said, well, Mr. Mercer, I'm sorry, but you know what? I don't think it's going to work. And the reason why they thought it wasn't going to work because of the fact that these investors had put a lot of money into it, and they found out, as they discover, that Mr. Mercer grew up in the streets of Canada, and at the age of 27, he made his first $1 million, and he continued on to become a self-made billionaire. And therefore, for the last 30 years, he's been a life coach and a millionaire coach for the last 30 years to many people. You know what? To make it even better, he created 50 millionaires in the past. So when they looked at that, and they also said, and you know what? For all the things that you have done in your life, you've been number one at it. So therefore, we decided it's going to be the shortest reality show ever, and of course, you're probably going to end up doing it in 30 days instead of 90 days. So they decided, and they challenged him to create another 100 new millionaires from scratch. So when he sat back and he thought about this challenge, and he said, I don't know how I'm going to do it, even though I am the largest landholder and developer in the country of Costa Rica, but you know what, real estate is really not the game right now to create 100 new millionaires in 2 years. So therefore, he and his team of people, they travel around the country in different parts of the world and across Canada to find the right vehicle, the right industry, the right product that will be to create 100 new millionaires from scratch. Now, the challenge was to create 100 new millionaires from scratch, right? So therefore, the people who are secretaries, people who are maybe in the real estate business who haven't hit a home run in it, people who are working construction, people who are doing certain things that they never thought that they will make it big in their lives. They never thought that they would have a big break in their lives. But you know what? When Mr. Mercer traveled around the country finding that right idea, or the right vehicle that is, he came across a company called Organo Gold. Organo Gold actually has a coffee product. They have coffee, tea, and hot chocolate. And let me tell you now, hold on just a second now. You probably think, oh my gosh, you know what? I already drink coffee at Starbucks and I love it, or McDonald's. Listen on real quick, because what I'm about to share with you will literally change the way you think, will literally change the way you do business, and will also literally change your bank account. So hold on just a second here for me. Now, when he started traveling around and started looking for it, and they found the Organo Gold opportunity, and he says, you know what, coffee, that's pretty amazing. But as they start looking into the industry, start looking into this company, what they were doing that was so successful and so unique, they found that this company has spent $240 million of their own money farming this herb. It's called Ganoderma in Malaysia. Now, Ganoderma, if you Google it, it's been the number one herb in the world for the last 4,000 years. The ancient days, of course, back in the olden days, there was only the royalties and the wealthy that were able to utilize this herb. And the reason why is this. Because it's called the king of herb and it was only available to those that can afford it and those that are royalties, they kept it a secret from the commoners for thousands of years. Reason being because they discovered that this Ganoderma, this herb, the number one herb in the world, can actually increase human intellect. And therefore, they decided to keep it a secret because they thought that because they're wealthier, because they're the royalties, no one else should be smarter than they are. Interesting, isn't it? But because of that, if you also look into it, they've utilized this herb in the ancient community in Asia for thousands of years. Even today, they have this herb in their medical centers, their medical facilities, their hospitals, and especially in a cancer facility. And the reason why, because this herb is known to balance the pH in the body, and it reduces the amount of cancer cells in the human body. I'm like, wow, that is absolutely amazing. There are so many other health benefits to human beings of what this herb can do. So what this company has done is that they've taken this herb and they injected it into their coffee, tea, and hot chocolate so they can share it with the world. And the reason why and the business sense behind this will absolutely blow your mind. Now think about this for a moment. Let's look at the hottest commodity in the world. The most traded, the number one commodity in the world today, it's oil. Second to oil, it's coffee. Amazing, isn't it? It's called the new black gold of the 21st century. Coffee, that is. The number one liquid in the world is water. Next to water, it's coffee. And the only reason why that water is number one, the most utilized liquid in the world, is because it takes water to make coffee. So when you look at these things, you say, now you take the number second liquid in the world, the number second commodity in the world, and the number one herb in the world, you got yourself a winning product. Now, what this company has done, they've started putting it, organizing it in a manner where everyone can benefit from it. Now, to validate what I just shared with you about how huge the coffee industry is, look at McDonald's franchise. McDonald's has been very successful for the last 60 years in business. You know what? They've been hitting home runs year after year after year. They're called the king of the fast food franchise. Why? Because they had a clown named Ronald McDonald, and he promoted kids' meals for many, 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 many years. Now, all of a sudden, in 2008, McDonald's hit bottom. They've never experienced a loss in business ever in their 60 years in history. So what had happened, they lost 34% of their business in 2008. But the craziest thing was, when that happened, they looked on the other side of the fence and they saw this other company called Starbucks. And in 2008, their stocks were soaring off the roof. They're like, what the heck are they doing that we're not doing? We are selling our cups of coffees for 60 cents a cup, and we get free refills all day too. We give free refills all day to our customers. And there's a company there, Starbucks, selling their cups of coffees for $5 a cup and no refills. Something's wrong with that picture. So what had happened was they had to get together and change their marketing strategy. Well, you know the story. It's not Ronald McDonald's anymore in McDonald's. It's McCafe now. So you also look at another company, just to validate my point, is a company called Subway. Subway, of course, it takes 5 years, it's $250,000 investment to buy a franchise, but it takes 5 years to recoup your initial investment. What makes it interesting, because the day that they open coffee, they introduce coffee to their menu, and guess what? Increase their profit margins by 20% instantaneously. Wow. I'm like, personally, that is absolutely amazing. So for those who are purchasing or own these franchises, instead of 5 years to recoup your initial investment, now it takes about 2.5 to 3 years to recoup your initial investment. So what makes coffee so successful? Well, let's do a little test here real quick. For all those who are on the call right now, and for people that you know of that you can think from the top of your head, how many of you that drinks coffee, tea, or hot chocolate daily? If you are nodding your head up and down, then you know what? You are at the right place at the right time. The phenomena here that is being created by Organo Gold is the fact that McDonald's, Starbucks, and all of these companies, they have coffee. But Organo Gold is the only certified Ganoderma that's injected into the coffee that makes it organic in the world. We have the only healthy coffee certified in the world, you guys. That is absolutely amazing. That means it's exclusive only to you, me, and those that would like to hit a home run in this business. So, therefore, going back again, when Mr. Mercer traveled across the country in different parts of the world to find that right vehicle to create his 100 new millionaires in 2 years, he really had to do his due diligence. Remember now, this guy has a reputation. He's a self-made billionaire. And, of course, he's not going to put his name, his integrity on anything that he knows that is going to fail. So when he chose this company as the vehicle to create his 100 new millionaires, he made the right decision. Don't you agree? Absolutely. But the whole thing is about what he wants to gain from this is that he wants to be in the Guinness Book of World Records. So therefore, as a millionaire trainer, as someone who went from rags to riches, someone who developed himself and developed a method that works every single time. So for those of you who decided today to become a part of Ed Mercer's Millionaire team, to receive his coaching, his mentorship, and so forth, you are already a winner. All I'm saying to you is congratulations. Today is the first day of your life. Make that change. Talk to the person that invited you to be on this call, because I would like for you to become a part of our millionaire team. Because you know what? If you have failed at everything that you've done in the past, it's okay. It's fine. Because it only prepared you for today. I want to welcome you to the team. The next thing I want you to do is to get onto your friend's back office or the person that invited you, get started with a gold pack, and I want you to call Ed Mercer immediately and say, Ed Mercer, my name is so-and-so, I'm calling in from which city, and I just became a part of your millionaire team because I want to help you, Ed Mercer, to start your reality TV show in 2 years, and I want to help you to put you in the Guinness Book of World Records. And at the ending of August, Mr. Mercer asked me to ask everyone on these calls that he would like for you to join him in New Orleans at the ending of August, that you'll be walking across that stage with him, that you'll be there with him. Because if you work really, really hard right now, if you are a winner, if you want to make some changes in your life financially, be there. And I want you to build this with all of us because we can make it happen. So therefore, as you walk across that stage as a diamond, guess what? They're going to award you with a beautiful diamond ring. They're also going to give you a key to your brand new Mercedes of your choice. And of course, your bank account will be much different then. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to welcome all of you today. And our next call, if you like what you just heard right now, all right, I want you to introduce as many people as you can on our next call, which is here. Hawaii time is at 3 p.m. So I would like to invite you guys to be on that call. We have another call tonight at 6 p.m. Come, listen, learn, and become one of the millionaires of the future. Thank you, everyone, and I'll talk to you soon.